to another video. It's me, your girl Gina, short for Regina. If you are new here, you are most definitely welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey sis, how's it going? Let me address the elephant in the room first and foremost. Yes, I know you guys, I've been gone for a little minute, you know, with everything going on in the world. I just haven't been in a creative space, to be honest with you. I didn't want to come on here and fake it and pretend like, oh, everything is fine and dandy, everything is honky-dory, when it wasn't. And I certainly don't want ever you guys to come to my channel and just be sad or depressed or get negative energy from me. So I just took a step back. But I am back and I am better and I am ready to crank out these videos for you guys. Starting first with this tutorial right here. I created this look. It's actually inspired by Beats by Deb on Instagram. If you guys know who she is, she's an amazing artist. I really love the look myself, so I decided to recreate it without the glitter. The lashes are by Luxury Extensions. That is my brand. These are in the style Lottery. I did have to customize them to fit my eyes a little bit. Luxury Extensions is relaunching and the relaunch is going to be soon. Hopefully, COVID's doing too much with all this, you know, slowing everything down. But before I get into the video, I did want to say thank you guys so much to those of you who reached out to me while I was on my little hiatus, who checked on me, who just said, hey sis, I hope you're doing well. It really meant a lot to me. I personally do not take myself too seriously, you guys, so I wasn't expecting anyone really to reach out to me and say, hey girl, I hope you're okay. But to those of you who did, thank you so much. You are so appreciated. All of my subscribers are so much appreciated because we wouldn't be doing the channel without you, okay? So I just wanted to say thank you very quickly. And to those of you who are watching my old videos while I was gone, thank you so much for the sweet comments as well. Don't forget to turn on those notification bells because the videos are going to be coming back to back, you guys. Subscribe to my channel, thumbs up this video, and without further ado, if you want to know how to recreate this look, all you got to do is stick around and keep on watching. All right, you guys, let's jump right into the tutorial and get down to the business. This is the look we're going to be creating, so let's jump right in. Starting with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, I'm going to be using the shade Dark 40 for my base today. I'm just using the applicator to go ahead and apply that concealer directly to the lid. And then I'm going to go ahead and buff that out with my favorite brush. This is my Japanese buffing brush. Again, I got this brush from TJ Maxx. No, I lied. I got this brush from Marshalls. So I'm just going to take my time to blend that concealer out with the buffing brush. I am going to be showing you guys both the products and the brush that I'm going to be using just to be sure that I'm giving you all the details in the tea, honey. This palette right here is the Makeup Revolution and Alexis Stone palette. I'll be taking that navy blue down at the bottom as well as this Morphe M439 brush. And I'm going to just start packing that navy blue on either side of the eyelid. So I'm basically just going to create two lines directly in the middle of the eyelid. So I'm starting off with this side. I'm going to pack it on until I have the saturation built up that I like. And then I'm going to move over to the next side and we're going to do the same thing, just packing on a little bit of product in a straight line. Now the goal is obviously to make this look like a halo or a spotlight. So what you really want to do is just leave a little gap in the middle. That is where our shimmer is going to go. This color wasn't as dark as I thought it was, so I did have to build it up a little bit, and I am going to go in later with an even darker color on top. Going back into the palette, I'll be taking that really nice baby blue at the top. I'm going to be using this flat packing shader brush, and I'm just going to start lightly tapping that light blue shade on the outer perimeter of the darker navy blue. Now you don't want to take this color out too far and you don't want to take it up too far. We want to leave enough space near the eyebrow area. We don't want these colors to touch our brows. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Before I started recording this tutorial, I was literally sitting in my makeup room just thinking to myself, do I really remember how to do my makeup? Like, what is about to happen as I sit down and record this video? And you guys, you know how you go through the motions and you're just like, it's been so long since you beat your face. You're just like, shit, I don't know what I'm doing. But that was definitely me right before I hit that record button. But you see, sis had got it down packed, and I actually ended up creating a look that I really like, and I hope you guys like it too. So I'm just going in with that baby blue on the other side as well, packing that on, blending it out a little bit. Then we're going to take this packing brush, which is a little larger than the first one. We're going to be taking this nude shade from this e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to take that nude and pack it in the brow bone area, as well as on top of any of the concealer that hasn't been set already. I don't want this concealer to move around. I want this look to last all day because I'm actually doing it early in the day, and I want everything to look nice and flawless and seamless for my photos. Now I'm going to be taking the Lime Crime Prelude palette. Honestly, it's such a stunning palette. So many combinations you can create with this palette. But I'm going to be taking this shade right here. And I think that shade is called either Genesis or Cypress. I'm not completely sure, but I am going to be taking the navy. And what I'm going to do is just pack that on top of the first navy blue shade that we laid down. As I stated earlier in the tutorial, the first blue wasn't as deep as I wanted it to. So I'm just using that blue from the Lime Crime palette to deepen up that blue even more. Now I'm going back into the palette and I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Seafoam on a flat packing brush, and I'm going to just pack Seafoam in the middle of the spotlight. Seafoam is a really beautiful iridescent type of blue and white, so depending on how much you pack on, depending on how you look at it, sometimes it can look white and sometimes it's this really beautiful blue. So I love the color of that blue. I just put it on the spotlight, taking my time to build up the intensity. If you're liking the tutorial so far, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. This is how the eyes should be looking up until this point. Now let's go on to skin. I'm using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon, and I'm basically gonna use Deep Cinnamon as a color corrector. I didn't want to use anything orange or purple or green. I just wanted something similar or close to my skin tone, so I'm just using Deep Cinnamon for my color correcting. I am going to go in with another Japanese brush. I think the brush that I'm going to use, the number of it is 718, but I'm going to use that brush to go ahead and buff out the concealer. The coverage on this concealer is literally sickening. Let's go ahead and move on to foundation. I'm using the CoverGirl Queen Collection foundation. I think this is in like deep ebony or rich ebony or something like that. But I'm just going to go ahead and use my foundation brush to give myself a light layer of foundation all over. I am not even sure these days, you guys, what color I need to put on my skin anymore. Matching foundation is just harder and harder. So I just started using this one, and I know it may look like a little dark, but it all worked out in the end. So I went ahead and buffed that foundation in, and now I'm going to be taking two different concealers to go ahead and start concealing. I'm going to be using the shade Deep Olive closest to the eye, and then I'm going to be using the shade Deep Cinnamon around the perimeter of Deep Olive. I only do this because I feel like sometimes there needs to be like a transition color between the concealer and the contour. So I'm basically using Deep Cinnamon as a transition between my concealer and my contour that I'm going to put on later. You guys see how I'm just, like dabbing that on around the perimeter of the first shade? That's what you want. And then just taking this brush. This is actually a EcoTools brush. I just recently started using it and I honestly love it. I'm not sure why I didn't reach for it before, but I'm just going to use the EcoTools brush to go ahead and pack in or blend out the first concealer. And then for the other concealer, the Deep Cinnamon color, I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush to blend out that. Pulling this look right together, going into the another e.l.f. product. You guys, I love these e.l.f. concealers. The coverage, the shade range, the price point, everything about these concealers is great. So I'm using the shade right now, Rich Ebony. I'm just going to go ahead and contour my jaws, my cheeks, my nose, and then I'm going to put a little around my temples, and then I'm going to go in and blend that out with my favorite e.l.f. powder brush. You better get into that blend, sis. Now let's go ahead and set the face. I'm using a new setting powder. This is the I Heart Revolution setting powder in the shade Banana. Not only is the shade named Banana, but it also really smells like banana. And I advise, if you're going to use this powder, please use the powder puff that comes with it. The powder puff gives the skin like this really nice airbrush effect that I am obsessed with. So I'm just mainly setting underneath my eyes and around my mouth, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on. Next part of this tutorial is just gonna fly right by. I'm gonna start with my Morphe Glamour Bronze bronzer, and I'm gonna start using that. You guys know I like to layer my skin powders, so I'm just gonna start with the Morphe one. Then I'm gonna move into the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move into my blush. Get rid of that powdery look, and to set the face, I'm going to be using the Evian facial spray just to lock everything in. I did go off camera and do my lashes and lips and some finishing touches. Now let's finish up the bottom lash line. I'm taking not only the Nikki K light blue eye pencil in the waterline, but I'm going to go back into the Lime Crime palette, and I'm going to take that navy blue shade, and I'm going to just start buffing that all along the bottom lash line. Once I have the navy blue on, I'm going to go back into the Makeup Revolution palette and take that light blue, and I'm just tapping the light blue on the perimeter of the navy. Now, once we do this, we are pretty much done. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. Turn on those notification bells so that you never miss a beat, sis. And I will catch you guys in the outro. Bye.